Crypto is pumping again. Bitcoin is up. Bitcoin dominance is dropping. Altcoin season is starting. Do not miss this time in crypto. Here's my updated list. Top 14 coins that will explode in 2025. Share this video with one friend who's also interested in crypto. You don't want to get rich all by yourself. I've been in crypto for years and made money. Most people don't know what they're talking about. I do. If you like making money in crypto, subscribe for more videos just like this. Disclosure, I'm not a financial advisor. This video is not financial advice, just info and opinion. But if you get these 14 coins on your radar, I think you'll be happy. Let's start here. Ethereum is the first coin making today's list. Ethereum is really pumping today. I tried to really get Ethereum on your radar before it pumped in the past 24 hours. Ethereum's up today. I think Ethereum is going to continue, especially as you understand historically what Ethereum has been through. Everybody kind of understands how Bitcoin has gone through this path. Not a lot of people realize Ethereum is going through a very similar yet different path. And did you know? Coinbase bought 21,000 Ethereum last quarter for its treasury. That's Brian Armstrong making a $55 million statement of faith in ETH as a store of value. Brian's always early. Coinbase now has 140,000 ETH. That's over 0.1% of the total ETH supply, 315 million worth. So it's great that Coinbase built an L2 a couple years ago. But you know what's better? Coinbase adding 250,000 ETH to its balance sheet. Ethereum is a store of value asset, and here's how it happens. Institutions build an L2, institutions buy ETH for the treasury. Every institution launching a successful L2 adopts a treasury program to purchase ETH. Why would they not? So we know a lot of different protocols and companies are building L2s. Kraken, OKX, WorldCoin, Sony, Uniswap, all L2s. Join the ETH strategic reserve and show us the treasury. Ethereum is moving up the store of value adoption curve. We are here. Think of everything Ethereum has gone through to get to this point, and think of what comes next. Wealth advisors are really into Bitcoin right now, but people want to find the next Bitcoin, quote unquote, and no wealth advisor is going to get fired for suggesting Ethereum, which is why we're seeing so much institutional adoption of Ethereum. BlackRock today meeting with the SEC Crypto Task Force to discuss staking Ethereum, options, ETF approval standards, and onto our next coin, Ondo Finance. Ondo Finance is institutional grade finance on chain for everybody, backed by some of the biggest players in the space, including BlackRock. Here is their CEO on the floor of the New York Stock Exchange. He spoke about a lot of things, probably most notably being the US now opening up to tokenization, real world assets. You know, BlackRock's leading the way. Like I said, they're connected with BlackRock. He says we're very optimistic about our ability and the industry's ability to bring more tokenized products to the US. This is why I'm bullish on Ondo. This is one reason.
Yeah, I mean, historically, we've had to focus our efforts outside of the US. You know, the majority of our products are Reg S securities, so they're not distributed in the United States. We're collaborating with the new administration. You know, we met with the SEC's Crypto Task Force, which has been very forward-leading and engaging with the industry, and hoping to be able to bring more tokenized products to the US in the future. And we're very optimistic on, you know, our ability and the industry's ability to do that.
Next coin you need to get on your radar is XRP. XRP's value prop is undeniable at this point, in my opinion. And you tell me in the comments if you like XRP, if you want me to continue covering XRP. I do think ever since they got clarity from the US regulators, I do think there's a lot going on, and we're starting to see tons of enterprise, tons of business kind of adopting them in this exact way. The story today: Florida pharmaceutical firm will use XRP for real-time payments in $50 million financing deal. Quote, the firm said, "We believe there are certain advantages to integrating XRP and its related infrastructure into the healthcare ecosystem." A little bit more on the story if you want to know the details. A Florida pharmaceutical distributor, Wellgistics Health, is integrating XRP as a treasury and payment asset in a $50 million financial deal. The company plans to use XRP for real-time payments and to manage vendor payouts across its pharmacy network. Wellgistics aims to reduce banking delays and settlement costs by using XRP, which settles transactions in 3 to 5 seconds. XRP makes our list. Next coin making our list is Cardano. Cardano's efficiency, Cardano's technology is next level. It didn't go the route of Ethereum or a lot of other alternative cryptos that we see in the space today. Cardano is writing its own path and also partnering with Bitcoin, creating all this functionality on the Bitcoin network. So Cardano, for many reasons, including the efficiency aspect, makes our list today. And I'm just always looking for altcoin winners in each ecosystem. So there's winners in the Ethereum ecosystem. There's winners in the Solana ecosystem. World Mobile Token, I think, is a big winner in the Cardano ecosystem. Now, of course, World Mobile Token is multi-chain, so it's a lot bigger than Cardano, but its integration, partnership, its connection to Cardano cannot go unnoticed, especially with Charles Hoskinson, the founder of Cardano, speaking so highly of it.
And then also, how do we get World Mobile to get to the partner chain side of things? And it's next in line right after Midnight. So we're working in that direction. Midnight's building a beautiful turnkey framework. I'd like for the second partner chain to be World Mobile. We got to find a way to make that happen. And it's not going to be too hard. It's just, we got to figure it out. And they've done a lot of stuff. They were on Cosmos. They did the layer 3 thing on Base. And then obviously they have infrastructure in Cardano. In World Mobile's view, in my view, I think that token needs to be available in every ecosystem because every single user of cryptocurrency needs connectivity. It is a universal concern.
Borg token is one of my favorite exchange-based tokens this cycle, and Borg token encompasses everything in the Swiss Borg ecosystem. They're centralized exchange, they're decentralized exchange, they're aggregators, they're DeFi products. They just had a successful buyback program. There's a lot of reasons to stake your Borg tokens because you can do a lot of things, like I said, in the Swiss Borg ecosystem. So what we're seeing is almost a third of circulating Borg supply is staked or locked in premium. This is a good sign for holders. And they continue to make big moves and make big partnerships and big integrations into other ecosystems, expanding. For instance, Borg wins Hyperliquid auction, bolstering an on-chain future. If you subscribe to us, you certainly know that Hyperliquid is considered by many experts as the Binance of DEXs due to its record-breaking numbers since the exchange's inception. Now, Hyperliquid is another token in itself. So why should Borg token being listed on a Hyperliquid? Why would anybody care about this? Why should holders care? What is the long-term vision? And there's all different things. And again, they're doing this with more than just Hyperliquid. This is just the latest news, but increased trading volume, exposure to 50,000 plus active traders, robust backup plan in case Solana, where Borg is currently live, experiences disruption, pathway to launch perpetuals and leverage trading, more functionality, alignment with Hyperliquid's ethos, decentralized, fair, and fully on-chain. This might be realistic. This might be wishful thinking. The ethos in the community, as far as where is the price going, everybody's saying Borg to $1 in 2025. I hope that happens. Cody. We've talked about Cody before. They used to be only on Cardano. Now they're Ethereum layer 2. Their focus is on privacy and compliant privacy, which makes it interesting. There certainly have been some developments this year. To kind of sum it up, Cody is leading the RWA opportunity, real-world assets. Cody is leading a global shift to real-world assets on-chain, from powering the digital euro to co-founding councils across Africa and the Middle East. With compliant privacy at its core, Cody is building on-ramps for the 30 trillion RWA opportunity. And yes, Cody's partnership with the European Central Bank speaks to its kind of level of technology, its compliancy, it's being recognized by traditional finance. This was big. I think you should get Cody on your radar. Foxy is a meme coin that I like. It is just a meme coin, so make your own decisions. But the reason I like Foxy, not only because it's a cute meme, it really is the mascot of Linea, which is an Ethereum L2. Linea as an L2 is really expanding, and I know is going to continue to expand. So you got to think the main meme coin on Linea could be valued. Solana versus Sui is the age-old debate. Some people like Solana, some people like Sui. I say Solana versus Supra, but really I like all three. To me, Solana is the next Ethereum, Sui is the next Solana, Supra is the next Sui. Injective continuing to make moves in the crypto space. Injective is a blockchain built for finance, access unlimited tokenized assets, real-world assets, stocks, freedom on one unified lightning fast network, and talk about access to everything. All Mag 7 stocks are now on Injective. This is big. This is where the crypto space is going, in my opinion, or rather where the traditional finance space is going, because this is more than just tokenization or real-world assets. It's the foundation of an entirely new financial system, decentralized, permissionless, open, and built for everybody. What comes next on Injective will redefine Wall Street and finance forever. Get ready. Trying to get a good mix of different types of altcoins I like. Let's add paid network to the list. Certified crowdfunding opportunities made simple and accessible. Paid has been around multiple cycles. Now I think this is Paid's third full cycle. Either way, they're still going strong. Paid makes our list. RSC Research Hub, a modern-day preprint server powered by RSC that incentivizes the open publication of transparent research. Let's accelerate science. You're hearing more and more thought leaders talk about DeSci. DeSci is the narrative, and RSC is leading the way. Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong continues to push Research Hub forward, even linking it directly in his bio. Guys, one more coin to go before we get there. Make sure you subscribe for daily videos just like this. We put out one video every day, keeping you informed on everything crypto. If you're interested in making money, make sure you subscribe to the channel, and make sure you always check the description or our pinned comment for our favorite exchanges. You can get up to $8,000 in trading bonuses by making an account on BitConnect right now. Great way to make money whether the market's going up or down. No KYC on this exchange. The other global exchange I like is Bybit. 30,000 worth of bonuses for signing up. So check either of these out. Final coin making our list as crypto continues to kind of morph with traditional finance, as traditional finance continues to kind of morph with crypto. You know, there's been, I think, sellers exhausted at this point for this particular asset. So the final coin today making our list is Chainlink.